Did you know Johnny Depp just showed Dawn of the most personal and caring sides of himself, and almost no one saw it coming? We all think we know Johnny. He's Captain Jack Sparrow. He's the Mad Hatter. He's the crazy rebel Hollies, like a rock star, and takes on the weirdest, wildest movie parts. For many years, he's been the guy who seems untouchable, wild, impossible to understand. We've watched him through his good times and bad times, his most famous movie parts, and his very public personal problems. But what Head just did in London changed the way people see him completely. Because in a quiet London art gallery, behind plain white doors, he opened his chart in a way that movies and Moosey never could. And the moment those doors opened, people started realizing this was Johnny's way of telling the world really mattered to him all along. Hi, I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you've ever felt like the people you love should be celebrated in ways that words just can't say, this story is going to touch your heart. It's about family. It's about being thankful, and it's about finding your voice when a vian's already decided who they think you are. So picture it. London, early morning. The streets are still a little wet from rain. Fans are lined up outside a small art gallery, tucked between tile buildings. No big signs, no flashing lights, just his name printed simply on the door. Johnny Depp's solo art show. No one knew exactly what to expect. People thought maybe a few weird drawings. Maybe some pictures of Keith Richards or Hunter S. Thompson. After all, Johnny's always been close with musicians and writers. But when those doors finally opened and people stepped inside, the feeling in the room changed. Covering the walls were large, bright, deeply emotional pictures. And not just any pictures. They were of his family. The people who mean more to him than anything else in the world. You could feel it right away. The love in those paintings was almost in the air. They weren't perfect or fancy in the way some art galleries can feel. They were raw, personal, honest. The first painting most people noticed was of his daughter, Lily Rose. Her picture almost stopped people in their tracks. She was painted in soft, quiet pinks, her hair loose and flowing, her face calm but full of quiet strength around her. Light dreamlike swirls, almost like clouds or smoke. You could tell, just by looking at it, that Johnny sees her as something gentle and special, a dream he never wants to wake up from. Then there was his son, Jack. Jack's painting was complete light formed. Bright colors, sharper lines, almost crazy. Like an explosion of energy on thick vase. His smile stretched across his face in a way that made you feel like he was about to play some kind of trick. You could feel Johnny's pride in thick painting. You could feel how much joy Jack brings into his life. And then there was Vanessa. That was the painting that really got people talking because, of everyone Johnny could have painted, no one expected to see his ex-wife. But there she was. Her picture was graceful, almost peaceful, painted in soft blues and golds with gentle brushstrokes. Her hands were folded lightly in her lap, her eyes looking just slightly away, as if she was lost in thought. And in her hair, a tiny little bird, barely noticeable unless you were aerially looking. It wasn't angry. It wasn't sad. It was thankful. You could feel it, and that's when people started asking why now. Why paint her at a laughter everything they went through? When Simone finally asked him, Johnny's answer was quiet. They've always been my safe place, he said. Even in chaos, I come back to them. This is my way of saying, thank you. And that hit everyone right in the heart. Here's a man who's been through some most public storms, anyone cold emotion. He's been judged, torn apart, defended, and made fun of. But through it all, his family stayed his anchor. They stayed his home. As people moved from painting to painting, they started noticing little details on Lily Rose's lips, like gold linacot, if you looked close. Look like Tony music notes. Maybe a hint to how music means to her. On Jack's shirt, a tiny red heart hidden among the cows of colors. And that little bird in Misa's hair, so small, most people missed it. Some thought it meant freedom. Some thought it was Johnny's way of saying she gave him the wings to become who he is. Every inch of those paintings carried meaning, and the reaction. Fans were amazed. Many said it felt like walking into Johnny's. Even critics, who are usually so quick to dismiss celebrity art, were impressed. One of them said, "His layering technique reminds me of Lucian Freud. This isn't just a hobby. This is through work of someone who truly understands it means to express himself on canvas." And they're right. Johnny's been painting privately for many years. But this was the first time he realized the public in it. If you happen to be in London anytime soon, here's a little tip. Go early in the day. The lines have been huge even before the doors open. People are waiting just for the Chancetto stand in front of those paintings. And if you're not in London, don't worry, Becca's. Johnny hinted that prints of the portraits might be released online soon. So, even if you're halfway across the world, you might still be able to hang on to these tributes in your home. And you know what? That idea, creating something personal and giving it to the people who matter most, that's something you can do too. You don't need to be a famous actor or an experienced painter to make your own family tribute. You don't even need fancy materials. Grab a pencil. Grab a piece of paper. Draw a little picture of someone you love. Frame a photo that reminds you of a moment you'll never forget. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to come from you. And honestly, isn't that what makes Johnny's art show so powerful? It reminds us that no matter how much noisy chaos is swirling around us, it's the people we love who keep us grounded, who keep us human. So now, let me ask you something. If you could paint attribute to one person in your life, how would it be? And why? Take a second and really think about it. I'd love to hear your answers. Share your story in the comments. I'll be reading them. And if you felt even a little moved by Johnny's story today, if it reminded you of someone you love, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps more people find these kinds of stories. And hey, if you want to hear more about these surprising soft sides of celebrities you thought you already knew, there's another video waiting for you right here on the channel. You're going to love it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. We've got more stories like this coming your way soon. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me. You never know, maybe this story just inspired you to pick up a brush, too. Because sometimes art speaks when words fail, and sometimes that's exactly what the people we love need to hear. So tell me, what do you think Johnny's paintings are saying? I'll see you in the next one.